Formal kilts, daily wear kilts. What's the difference, and who really cares? So what we're talking about today, Everyday KT number 259. The differences between formal kilts and everyday wear kilts. So first and foremost, what are the distinguishing characteristics between a formal kilt and a daily wear kilt? Realistically speaking, it has nothing to do with the kilt at all. It has to do with the person wearing it. How often you wear your kilt is specifically and only reliant on you. If you are a person who is of means and can afford a good many handmade kilts, then your daily wear kilts are the higher end handmade kilts. If not, more like me, where the daily wear kilt is something like this, where it may be, it's machine made or it's a utility style kilt, there is a significant difference. So we're kind of going to walk through that for the average folks who don't have, they buy a really nice kilt for the formal stuff and then they can buy whatever else, whenever else. So we'll start out with the formal kilt. And I have two different kilts that I put into that category. I'm only going to show you one, but I have two kilts that were handmade. This is one of them. It's made by the House of Edgar in Scotland. As you can see, the pleats are pretty much spot on. It's to the set. It's really nice. It was hand sewn. This is an ancient, it's a 1850 McTavish variant. It's 100% wool. And you can even tell, let's see, where is it? Somewhere in here, there's a tag. It even has a tag right there with my handwritten measurements on it. So somebody slaved over this garment right here on a table by hand and sewed it. You can see it has all kinds of things. It has all the stitching. It has the number of the kilt itself right there. All of the stitching here. Let's see, most of that looks, I'm no seamstress, but it doesn't look like a machine. No, I don't think so. Because there's all kinds of stitching. If you look, this is all sewn down right here, but you can't see any stitching here. Machines don't do that very well, last I checked. Now, I'm not up on my sewing machine technology advancements, so there might be something, but I don't know. But this would be my formal kilt. I wear this. This is also a very heavy kilt, so I wear it in the winter, but I wear it to formal events, to business meetings, to weddings, if they'll let me, funerals if it's appropriate, other events where I may wear my Prince Charlie jacket. Odds are I'll have one of these on. My other kilt that is a formal kilt is my Brotherhood of the Kilt tartan box pleat that was made by Matt Newsom. That was also handmade, and it was made when I registered the tartan. So that one doesn't see the light of day, ever, because it's a box pleat. I don't like how they fit on me, how they wear, so I just don't wear them, and I'm not going to tear it up. So that's the formal kilt. It is very nice. It's basically the equivalent of your tuxedo or your really expensive suit. Now, the daily wear kilt. Now, like I said, for some, there is no difference. It's just whatever kilt comes off the rack is what you put on and you wear out. So with your daily wear kilt, you've got basically two options. You have a tartan kilt, the lower end as far as price. Not necessarily quality. You'd be surprised. You can get some very high-end quality kilts for a really good price. If you're willing to spend between $100 and $200, you can get a pretty good kilt. Anything, if you're looking for the 20 to 50 range kilts, those are, you're going to wear it in the mud to the bar and they're just going to trash them. But I have a couple of those. I don't like them. They just feel bad. They feel like burlap and the leathers are crappy, so I just don't wear them out. But this would be one example of a daily wear kilt. As you can see, it's machine sewn. Maybe you can't see. Let's see if I can get this up here. You can see right here, there's that stitch that holds all of this together. It's machine stitched all the way up. All of this, all the stitching around it is done by machine. The wool itself may or may not be from Scotland. It may or may not even be wool, depending on where you get it and what you pay for it. The pleating may be a knife pleat like this. It may be a box pleat. It might be Kingi's pleat. It might be something completely different. You never know. They're usually fairly quick to make. They're usually made in a factory style setting. And by factory, I mean somebody with a machine busting these things out as quick as possible. Depending on where you get them, yes, attention to detail, but nowhere near the attention as the handmade formal kilt. But these things, some of them you can even throw in the washing machine and not worry about damage too terribly bad. The other version of the everyday kilt is this. And this was my first everyday kilt. This is my vintage Utilikilt. This was made, I think, in oh no. Well, let's put it this way. The sewn-on date is out on my way, out on somewhere, but this is how often I've worn this kilt. That was printing. I think it was made in 05 or 06. I don't know. I'll have to check. But this is my Utilikilt Survival in an olive green, and this thing has and will continue to go through hell. As you can see, it does have that. This actually is clean. This has been through the wash 4 or 5 times, but like any good pair of jeans, you can see that it's starting to wear a little bit. It's got a couple of holes in it. Here, there was a hole. Where was it? Yeah, this patch right there is actually covering a hole. Now, it was not due to a lack of quality. I will repeat that. The fact that it is worn has zero to do with the quality of the garment. If you'll notice, none of the stitching is coming out. None of the, well, this button, there's a hole here below this snap. That was my own fault. I did that because I was drunk trying to get my kilt off and I pulled on the wrong thing. But you can see that it's wearing, but all of the stitching, you go around, look at the fell, look at all of these spots, all the stress points, the pockets, they're not coming apart. All of these stitchings here, not coming apart. So the garment itself, this right here, you see, so there's a couple of holes, but that's because that's the pocket. That's where my hands go. So I physically wore out the fabric. So this thing is the epitome of a daily wear kilt. I wore the crap out of this. I wore this all the time because it was one of 2 kilts that I owned for the better part of 3 or 4 years. So if I wasn't wearing this, I was wearing my Irish Saffron Stillwater. That thing is hot as hell. Summertime, I wore this every single day in Oklahoma. So this thing was pounded on. But it's a daily kilt. This thing is awesome. If you don't have one of these, go get it. It will cost you a little bit, but it's worth it. Like I said, this kilt is at least 12 years old. Nah, 10 to 12 years old. I bought it at the Scottish Festival down in Oklahoma. You need one of these because they will last you freaking forever. Those of you who have one, you know what I'm talking about. Those of you who don't, you should get one. Even the poles here for the belts, they're not broken. So, daily wear kilt. This is on the higher end of the daily wear, but it is a daily wear kilt because while you can dress these up, they're much more fun to wear all the time. All the time. Strap them on, run with it, and go. You can see the pleating in the back. It's King E's where it meets in the middle. The new Stillwaters, they have that switchback thing, so it does adjust a little bit. But those are the big differences between a daily wear kilt and a formal kilt. Now this one, would I put this kilt in its current state with a jacket and bow tie? Hell no. If it was new, probably, because these stains, these dirt stains aren't coming out. The only reason these dirt stains are coming out is if I bleach the kilt and it will turn some other color. It's not happening. So those are the differences. You know, you've got your formal, really nice, wear it once in a while kilt. And then you have your, I'm going to go have a blast, throw the sucker on, and go rock it kilts. So somebody throw up an everyday, a kiltology, or question. Either one. So like I said, this one, these two that I'm wearing now, the everyday kilts. And a pro tip for those of you who have an older kilt, that if it does wear, go get a cool patch. This one, it's a Brotherhood of the Kilt patch. It's over the hole. Sew it on, boom, fixed. If you have a hole in your kilt, throw a patch on it. Maybe a cool old vintage punk band or something, or your favorite, maybe a Deadpool patch or something. I don't know. Whatever it is you want to get. Throw a patch on the kilt, and it'll fix it up really, really well. So, alrighty, Angela. Volume 1, going old. So these were actually written right around the time I bought that kilt. Speaking of all of this stuff, Kiltology, it's on Amazon. Go buy them. Number 42. Be sure you're well armed when engaging in mental swordplay with a kiltie. You never know what he's capable of, and it is most likely more than you'd expect. What does that mean? That means that more often than not, the average guy in a kilt is drastically and horrifically underestimated in every way, shape, and form. You have absolutely no idea what you're getting yourself into if you start having discourse with someone in a kilt. You have no idea where they're from, what they do, where they're going, where they're from, how they did it, what they did. No idea. All you know is they've got the balls to wear a kilt, which means they've probably got the balls to do damn near anything else. So just be careful, because like they always say, you never go to a gunfight with a sword. Ever. And with that, I'll let you go. You guys have a good night. Monday night, it's over. We lived. Yay! And crickets. Do me a favor, and if you know anybody that was involved or had something to do with 9/11, give them a call. Check in on them. See how they're doing. And be strong. Put a kilt on.